Hi, my name is Keith and I'm known as a Florida Stone Man, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about people who don't care. And yes, we live in a day and age where we're having different thought processes of people who are on this planet, and we are exposed to them, whether we like it or whether we don't. Now, coming from someone who's a healer and who helps many people, sometimes you will come across people who flat out don't care. And it's hard to wrap my mind around how someone cannot care. What do I mean by not care? Some people just don't care about anything. They don't have a thought process. They don't have the capacity. Maybe their chakras are so blocked and messed up to the point where they're not in a dimensional state of being that can comprehend even caring. And I'm not going to use the word narcissist in this video. I'm not going to use any words. I'm not going to slap around words because people like to get into debates and start being like, oh, no, this person's not a narcissist, but they're this, but they're that. Okay, I'm talking to you specifically about people who just, and use your own words in this video. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to use any words. I'm talking about people who don't care about anything, who only care about what they're doing in the present moment. And let me talk about that. So if you don't know about it and you're just watching this video and you're like, I wonder who this video applies to. You might go through your daily life and you might meet someone who's a friend, for example, right? The friend who you care about and you're trying to help is a generally nice person. But the thing about them is that they minimally care about themselves and they're just operating through life. And you'll try to help that friend, but that friend is just like a worker ant. It's like a black ant, or if it's an aggressive ant, it's a red ant. But hopefully you don't have an aggressive red ant friend. But when it comes to that, and some of you actually see that in your day-to-day lives, like maybe you're at your work or you're at your job, and you're gonna find this a lot at work. People just don't care. A lot of people just don't care. Like, you ask yourself, how are these people living their daily lives? Like plants, like vegetative people, like people who just get by, people who just are operating. And this is very interesting because some people will operate on a pack mentality. So basically, you'll see on spring break, especially in South Florida, large groups of people will go around and they don't care. They don't care about how sick they get. They don't care about the food they eat. They don't care about, some of them care about only working out. It's very common with spring breakers. Some of them will only care about certain things, like certain activities, like getting into other people's pants. Some people will only care about just doing drugs. Some people will only care about this, but essentially they care about it to the point where it's representing that they don't care about anything else, which is essentially them not caring. And this is dangerous. And you actually might find a nice people around you that are generally nice people. Like, their personality is nice. It doesn't show that they don't care about anything through their personality. You really have to get to know someone like this to really realize that that person just doesn't care. And at that point, I highly suggest you call back your energy. You withdraw your energy. You can help the best you can, but understand your help will only go so far. If you're a human, which you watch my video, you better be human. Well, actually, not all of you who are watching my videos are humans, because some of you have angelic guides and spirits around you who used to be human. But besides the point, when you find yourself around, actually, people watching my YouTube videos and channel have lots of angelic guides because you're getting pointed here, so this is actually helping you. And some people over time might just stop caring. A lot of times there's a certain trauma, there's a certain event, there's a certain initiator into why the person doesn't care. Sometimes it's a coping mechanism. So if that person had something really bad happen to them, maybe they got fired from their job, for example. I don't know. It could be anything. And nothing about their life really matters to them at that point. Or now they're at a new job. They don't really care about the job. They don't feel because they train themselves out of feeling. That is an extremely dangerous person to be around energetically for long periods of time. If you can help the person and you can give them motivation, then okay, good. You're a good person from it and you're going to grow. But if you're a person who you are a person who actually cares about helping them, and you care so much to the point where you're pouring your water into an empty glass, but the empty glass turns out to be a well, and you're just pouring your water down a well until it's empty, and you're drained. You're literally drained. You drained your water. Your water is your energy. Your water is your life force, and you cared about this person so much that you just put your time and energy into them. And this could be a friend, a romantic partner, a family member, and it might be months that goes by for you, and you're just feeling tortured. You're feeling absolutely tortured. You're like, I'm doing everything I can to help the person, but they don't care. They don't even care about themselves. They don't care about anyone else, and I just want them to care. Well, this video is to tell you, you can't save everyone. Coming from a healer, you cannot save everyone. Some people, their lessons are not in this lifetime. They'll get through this life, but this life won't be a life that they'll care about getting through. They'll get to the end stages of the in-between of the past. I mean, in their before their next life, they get to meet their spirit guides and their spirit team and angelic guides and basically an intervention, and then they find out in afterlife, like, you didn't really care. You just operated. You just got through this life, and you didn't do that much. You just got by in life. How about we find you a different life, and they'll point you to a different place to go to in your next life, but you just wasted a whole life, an entire life that you could have done so much more to elevate yourself. It's insane. But it really took me a long time to realize, like, hey, some people just don't care. It's not that the person is going out of their way to not care. It's that they've desensitized themselves to caring for a certain circumstance, or that the person was never taught to care, or they've just never been nice. It could be 100,000 different things and why a person just doesn't care. And it's really, really sad. It's hard to watch. It's really, really hard to watch. But as someone who's a healer, you can give them crystals. The best crystals for someone who doesn't care is more like the carnelians, and if you can get the person to wear the crystals, because people who don't care won't be wearing crystals. They don't care enough to wear crystals or help themselves. That's most of them. Some of them will, but if you can, get carnelian on them, because that's going to help the sacral chakra. A lot of times, maybe you're someone who's watching this video and you just feel like you don't care at all, but you're seeking help. Well, you obviously cared enough to find some knowledge that'll be helping you, and you found it. So if you're someone who feels like you're slipping down the path of just not caring, reevaluate 2 chakras. Start with always start with the root. Start with the sacral chakra. That's your energy, that's your vitality, that's your joy, that's your passion, that's everything about you. That's just has a zest for life, that feels good, that's fighting to do better. Now, the next chakra that has to do with caring, this is a giant one. There's actually another chakra after that. The next chakra up is the heart and the solar plexus chakra. I mean, the heart on both sides of the heart chakra. So the pink side and the green side. This is my left. This is my right. So the left side is the pink side. The right side is the green side. Now, when it comes to that, you have to make sure there's an equal balance between giving and receiving. Make sure that you're actually on the side of both, that you're not just always taking and always receiving, or you're going to have an imbalance to the point where, like, I don't care if I take or I don't care if I receive anyway. Some people will just be like, I want, gimme, 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 gimme. People will be like, meow, 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 and they'll just take. Some people will be like, meow, 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 and they'll give till they have nothing left. That's actually a giant reason as to... I'm not a cat. I'm just saying meow as an example, but some people will overgive, some people will overtake, and either way, it leads to them just not caring. A more minor chakra that has to deal with caring or not caring is the throat chakra, because if you feel like you're not able to communicate, you feel like no one cares. That's really... You're going to have to work with crystals such as blue chalcedony, and for the heart chakra, you can work with rose quartz, jade, malachite, rhodonite. There's several different heart chakra crystals which are very good. Strawberry quartz is also very good. If you feel like you want to release some emotions that don't really best serve you, that don't belong to you, wear a crystal such as strawberry quartz. It's really going to help. It helps ground you, and it helps you makes you feel loved, and it blocks it blocks an imbalance of giving and receiving, and it helps you be on a perfect spectrum for being able to feel good. Now, If you're someone who has been giving all your time and energy to someone who just doesn't care, you can pray for them. You can pray for them, but let me give you guys something to do. There's something, basically, you can take a bay leaf and make a wish for the person to care. Be like, you can wish for the person to care. That's all you can do. You can wish for them to care. Be like, I hope this person cares enough about themselves to be able to love themselves and others, and you'll burn the bay leaf. That's one thing you can do. That's just a wishing thing that you can do. And that's all you can do, because it's out of your control. You give it to God. You can't save everyone. It's unfortunate, but and some people do get lucky. Let me say this right now. Some people do get very lucky. Something wakes them up in this lifetime, and something snaps into their head, and they become a new dimensional being because they have a new thought process, and they're like, wait a second, I care now. What is this? And the person will start to notice their surroundings and be like, huh, what's different? That's the first questions that they should be asking, and they're not just functioning anymore. If you ever, I don't know how many people are in Fort Lauderdale Beach. Maybe you have spring breakers go on vacation near you. If you ever pull a spring breaker to the side who's in a mass group of like 30 people, and you just talk to them, ask them their passions, ask them what they like to do, ask them what makes them happy when they're on their own, and they'll be like, yeah, because you're flocking with friends. You're literally, what's a good example? Scream of crows? I don't know. You know what? The worker ant was the best example. You can press a worker ant. It's gonna know that you pressed it because it reacted, and it's gonna run away. Put it in essentially it's caring for the hive mind. It's caring for not itself like that because it's an ant, and they have a different mechanism of thinking. You guys should study black ants if you don't really understand my examples on black ants. But this is really cool. This is awesome, guys. I'm very happy to share this video topic with you because I'm a healer, and it really is unfortunate to find people who don't care. The best thing you can do is just wish for those people, because and like I said, if you're a glass of water and you're full of water and you're dumping it into an empty glass, or a well as I call it, you're going to get drained, you're going to get frustrated, you're going to be upset, you're going to be hurt. It's not going to make sense to you, and that's probably going to bother you the worst because you do care, but you're trying to help someone who doesn't care. Let me make sure you're trying to help someone who don't. No, you're going to try to help someone who doesn't care, and it's going to frustrate you, it's going to torture you, it's going to rip you apart on the inside of your mind. It's going to be like, why doesn't, and it could be a family member. Sometimes it's out of your control. Sometimes that lesson's not up to you, although you can ask God to help the person, because that's within your grasp. And what's in your grasp is just wishing for it. Wish for this person to care. Like, I wish that this person cares. I wish that they care. And that's all you can do. That's what I do for certain people. I just wish for certain people to care about their lives, and wish for certain people to get the healing that they need. I wish for certain people, because you guys will come to me. And if you've come to me or my YouTube channel, it shows that you care, so it's good. But if you're someone who's around someone who just doesn't care and it's frustrating you, you have to make a distance until their vibration is at a point where they've learned some kind of lesson as to where they have to care. This is really kind of like an awkward topic, because I don't tell people like, oh, bolt on them. Well, if you can get them the carnelian, get them a hard chakra crystal such as rose quartz or jade. If the person doesn't care about crystals, if they don't care about getting the help they need, that's something that they'll have to learn on their own. And it's not up to you. This is one of those videos where I'm just like, sometimes it's not up to you. This one's fully up to God, but you can basically just burn the bay leaf with a wish on it. I wish they care, and that's you doing something on the behalf of them, like a physical act of just wishing on their behalf, other than asking for God, because we can ask, but that's some kind of action that you can take to be able to do something. That's all you pretty much can do. You can't. Sometimes this is going to sound strange. Sometimes when you do care, you will walk away so that they learn their lessons on their own. Sometimes when you're around them to the point where you care so much, they're getting dependent. I mean, basically, they're becoming comfortable with you. and it's comfortable for them to not care because they know that they have you because you care and that you're there. Yeah. Very interesting video topic. But if you have any questions, you guys can ask them in the comments section. Until then, I will see you guys next time. Ciao!